Welcome back, you beautiful people. Today I am here to help you. Yes, help you build a berm. What is a berm? It's a bank turn. Somewhere where you can learn how to take corners. Now I'm here to help you build it. Let's kick it off. First off is location. Now you don't just want to go out into the woodlands, into the forest and start digging big holes and putting crazy obstacles everywhere because people don't like it. Plus you probably haven't had permission to do that. Now I've come to this location. This is my favorite location in the whole world because I've been coming here for years, building big dirt jumps and turns and berms and all that jazz. And I have got permission to build here. It's fine to build here. So make sure you've got somewhere where you can build and you've got permission to do it and people are all right with it. I'm gonna try, when you throw it, I'm just gonna go, I need you. All right, before we get started, we need some tools. Wait, we just need one tool, just like this. The spade, yes! So all we need to do is dig some dirt with this thing, man. We've got our location, we've got our tool. Now, what shape turn are we gonna make? There's loads of shapes and sizes of berms, but the one that we're gonna focus on, I'm gonna draw it in the dirt just to show you what it looks like. All right, let's look at some shapes. Now, this turn right here is real tight. That angle, you normally see these ones on pump tracks. It's where you wanna continue that speed, but it's not a real fast trail turn. It's real tight. Basically, it sends you 180 degrees and fires you back up where you've just come from. Now you got this one, look at this one. This one's quite a bigger one. It is more what you would find in a trail park where you come into it, but then it's gonna fire you out. So the turn tapers away. So you're pumping in, but you're not gonna go all the way 180 degrees. You're gonna fire out at probably like 45 degrees, maybe 55, all that kind of stuff. Now this one over here, this is a real big one. This one is to continue and carry your speed. Now you'll find these in a bike park on a big flowy trail where you come in really fast and you don't want to lose all your speed and all that G-force in a big turn, especially in a tight turn like that, or even like this where if you're going really fast, you're just gonna fly out of it and blow up. So the one we're gonna focus on is number 2, is the middle one. With that one there is I feel like you can practice your technique on really well, and to be honest, that one there is one that you would find anywhere. Okay, tabletop, some jumps. This is kind of a good entrance. I can do the first jump, but I want to build a turn here. I want to build a berm right here so it kind of takes me back up to the trailhead up the top there. First off, I'm gonna clear this out, get rid of all the leaves. Scrape all this out. And then the next step, when you've cleared this all out, is to draw that line that you want. So you've got something to follow, like a blueprint on the floor. As you can see, what I've cleared out already, it looks like the shape I want, but I want to follow a line. So my entry is over here, my exit is over there. So I'm going to start my line from there, and I'm going to go like that. You can see it's not fully 180 degrees. Now that is pretty cool. It's a big berm. It's a big berm. I got my work cut out. Yes! Now we've got a basic line. Now this is a basic template to the turn. Now when it comes to building the turn, you pick up your spade and you start to dig, you start to pile the dirt up to make the turn. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. You could be this guy right here. This guy is digging a big hole all around the place. Now, I'm not a big fan of just digging holes here, there, and everywhere. It looks like the bloody moon. It's terrible. Fair enough, you're building the turn, but you're building from behind the turn. You don't want to be digging holes behind. Also, by piling dirt on top of the ground, it's just not structurally going to make that turn strong. You're going to come in with a lot of force, and all that dirt on top of the ground is going to be shifting. Now, get rid of that guy. Over the years, I've been digging a lot of turns and a lot of jumps. And I found by digging inside the turn, just like this chap right here, look at him doing a cracking job. Now, by using the dirt that you dig in from inside the turn, basically you're bringing down the turn, but you're gonna use the ground as the spine. So structurally, you're gonna be using the ground as the wall of your berm, and you're gonna be piling on top. Whereas you don't need to build such a wide top to make the berm structurally strong. Keep working, mate. We got a long way to go. Right, digging can get a bit boring, that's for sure. Especially if you're building a big obstacle. You just want to continue. Just think of the end result, because the end result is basically you railing the coolest turn that you've ever dug in your life. Plus you're getting a free workout. Why do you want to pay membership to the gym? You can go dig some trails. Talk about digging trails. Your local bike park, trail center, they have dig days. Get involved. Help them dig those trails. All those trails that you get to ride. You can help maintain it. And also, if they're building a new one, you can have some input into some new obstacle that you want to ride. Remember I was talking about structure. Look at this. Now, we've only got like half a foot of dirt on top of the ground, whereas where we're digging, we've got nearly a foot of strong, solid dirt. Now that day, you don't have to work too much to make it hard enough for you to ride. It's already compacted because you're digging into the dirt, into the earth. And plus, it's half the job. Whereas if you're building just on top, you're gonna be digging a lot of dirt around the area just to pile up to about a foot to a foot and a half to 2 foot berm. That's a lot of work. Whereas if you dig down and pile on top, half the job. Still following the line, you can see it. You can see by the structure, I'm making it kind of fat because you don't want it to be too thin because it'll just fall apart when you're riding into it. You can see it's starting to take shape there already, looking like a berm. My entry, you don't want to make it too high, where right in the middle, you want it quite high. You don't want it to be low there and high at the front. At the entrance, you want it quite low, so it tapers. So it's a bit like a hill. So that does that. Hasn't taken me long at all. It's taken me 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to get to that. Not even. Now I'm one person. Imagine if you had loads of mates digging. You'd be finished this already and probably building a double over there. Right, there's no holes anywhere around here. It still looks natural, but the only thing is, there's a nice channel here and it's clean. It doesn't look messy. I like it. It's tidy. Tidy digging. And look at that. There's the spine. Look, that's solid. Right, if you're just piling up on top of the dirt, watch this. Hard, soft, hard, soft. The ground is naturally compacted from nature, weather, people walking all over it. The rain, it just gets baked and it's solid. It's naturally compact, whereas if you just pile it on top, look at that, horrible. But it does bring me on to still a structural thing, is when you get to a point where it is like that, and you've got a nice backbone to the berm, you do want to start to walk all over it. I know it sounds bad, like all your hard work, you got to a height and you're like, oh, it's not at that height yet. Because you still need to compact it all down, pat it in, just like this, just to make it strong. Because if you hit a soft spot, that front wheel's just gonna wash out and you're just gonna go face planting into the turn. So just make it, look at that. I've done this so much. All those jumps over there are hand built. They're a bit weathered at the moment, but we did just pile up by hand. Walk on it, pile up again, walk on it to make it strong, make it solid. Right, a few things to avoid. So any structure that you're building, you want to try and avoid putting in grass, putting in loads of leaves. Anything that's like this, that's going to decay within your structure, it's going to form this little pocket and it's just going to degrade and pop, and then your whole structure is going to collapse in. Also, you can't really compact that much, especially if it's in the face of your berm. Terrible, avoid it. Also another one, I know it's easy to do, I have done it before, and that is putting foreign objects in structures. Like this berm. It's so easy to just go and make life so easy and put like a big old metal thing in there. Avoid putting anything metal, sharp, horrible in there, because if you fall, it's gonna hurt you, cut you, and it's probably gonna be life-threatening. Now, when it comes to putting in stuff in there to make it a little bit easier, logs, something that's naturally formed, like wood, that's fine in there, but make sure it's buried in there deep so you don't actually get to it. with your tires, or it's gonna come out and show itself to the world and you crash on it. It's terrible. So make sure it's hidden, covered up. I'm actually looking at this turn now and I feel like the exit is starting to tail off a little bit too much. So I'm gonna bring that in. I need to do a bit of work on the entry here because it's a bit low. It doesn't feel like I'm just gonna wash my tires away and not get into the turn. Needs to go a little bit higher. We're nearly there. Right, if you got some lazy ass friends that just stand there and do this all day whilst you dig, give them what for. Hey, Liam, the cameraman, just come on, step on this because it's taken us ages now. Come on, yeah, that's it. Yay! We'll be done in no time at all. Okay, feel like we're nearly there. I keep saying it, but we are actually. Now it's time for the best bit ever, and that is shaping it, because all that hard work, you can shape it into shape and it starts to look like the best thing you've seen ever. Right, this is very important when you're coming to shaping your berm. Why? Because if you just start shaping it there, it's like you're compacting one side and then the top is just gonna fold down. So you wanna compact all the sides like a cube, make it really stiff and strong, because if you don't, it's just fall apart, it's gonna sink and you're gonna destroy all your work. And you're gonna have to do it again. Might as well do it now and do it once, just continue to walk all over it. You can start to hear how hard it's getting. Like that sounds good under the foot, whereas this sounds disgusting. Needs more of that. Needs more of Blake's weight. You can't neglect the back because that is part of the structure as well. So by compacting it, you're just making it real strong, and it's turning into a pyramid, a triangle, just like this. Right. Now this bit is like putting the icing on the cake with the cherry on the top. Is shaping the face of your berm, where you're going to be destroying anyway, but all your hard work needs to be paid off. You need to do it right. Can't do half a job. I'm going to shape this thing so it looks like butter, man. You just got to get your back into it. Elbow grease is key to this. You just got to pummel it like you're tenderizing a steak. Sorry for all those vegans, but it is. You got to tenderize this thing. You got to make it solid. Actually, tenderizing and solid is a totally different thing. Anyway, just whack it. Yes! Woo! Completely finished. Oh, but the thing is, like with trail maintenance and all this, this is a freshly born berm. Now, it's going to be soft. You could leave this for a few days just to, you know, settle in, get a little bit harder. Bit like the ground. It settles down because of the weather, but it will shrink a little bit. But because today, I can't wait, my bike can't wait, and for this video, I am gonna destroy this berm and have some fun up, because all my hard work, I wanted to be paid off. I'm ready. Put that over there. Come on. Let's go. Oh, that's good. Oh my goodness me, all that hard work is paid off. Now I can just shred that turn till the sun goes down. So good. Hopefully these few tips on how to build a berm has helped you out and inspired you to go out there and build yourself a beautiful berm just like that one behind me. Now, if you want to stick around and continue to binge watch GMBN and you want to know how to build a basic jump, click just down there. And if you want to know how to build a little wooden kicker to help maintain and build up on your skills on jumping, click over there. Don't forget to hit the globe to subscribe, because you're missing out on some rad content just like this one right now. Give us a thumbs up like if you love building stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.